Hi everyone and welcome back. I'm Shadow and today we are using Iron Moth, one of the underused future Paradox Pokemon, and we are of course using it with Miraidon, but not your normal Miraidon. This is Magnet Miraidon, so it has Protect, along with other future mons such as the Iron Hands for good Fake Out and just being bulky, and Iron Bundle for speed control and disruption with Encore, and then we have Calyrex with the Spooky Plate to do big damage, and then we have Incin to finish out with the supported cast, but overall really excited to use this team. This Iron Moth is also Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam due to sometimes a lack of great poison moves, but overall really excited to use the team on the top right into it. Okay, so Miraidon, Zacian, they also have Tailwind on their team. I like Iron Moth, actually hits their team pretty well. Actually with Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam and Sun, they don't have a single, only Farigiraf takes neutral from both. So I actually feel really good about this. And then I think I bring Calyrex Incin, because Incin just to make sure they don't. We can intimidate like Zacian and Chinpao and just overall slow them down with that. We don't have, if they go Tailwind, that's a bit of an issue. I could bring Iron Bundle to match it. But I think this is good. And I think Intimidate's going to be a bit more impactful, so we're going to go with this. Also, Iron Moth resists both of Zacian's stab options as well, so that's really nice as well. And even its normal coverage of Sacred Sword isn't going to be doing damage, it has to be Terra Ground. So we can like protect Scout for that, and we also have Terra Fairy for it. So we'll see exactly what they want to go for here. It's going to be Urshifu and the Whimsicott, so perfectly fine with that. We are going to be quite fast here. Oh, no, okay, so we're special attack boosting, not speed boosting. I probably should check that. So here, I'm just going to Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam and Volt Switch out, I think is my play. Unless, I'm a bit worried. I don't really have a great switch in, so I think Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam is just safe, and then Volt Switch out. And I think Iron Moth should be able to live one Surging Strikes, so I think we should be good. Terra Fairy live does make us weak to like Zacian stats, but again, I don't think I'm not too worried about that. Got Incin to try and kind of deal with Zacian a bit more. They are just going to go for the tail end, that's fine. Surging Strikes, we should live. Perfect. Actually, nope. Okay. That's unfortunate. I thought we would live that. That's really annoying. Yeah, I probably should have brought Bundle, but we will trade your Urshifu out. Problem is they just now have all the speed controls they want, and we also cannot Terra. We've like pretty much sacked our Terra. I'm gonna bring Calyrex here because I don't want to waste my Intimidate, and I may have to bring in Incin just try and stall out this Tailwind on their side. So let's bring in the Incin. We'll get Fake Out. I want to see Zacian come in here. Okay, Miraidon, that's fine too. Gives us a free Fake Out into that slot most of the time. And then we can just click, I think here, Fake Out, and Acid Barrage is really safe, gets good damage. And then we can like protect and U-turn out. So here, just going to Fake Out Acid Barrage. I don't really see any way this hurts me. They could be Cobra Cloak on Miraidon. I hope they're not. Thank goodness. They're just going to Moonblast. As long as you don't get special attack drop, we should be fine. Yep, perfect. I'll get free Acid Barrage, and we're in a good spot. Does not KO, but is quite close. enter the tail end 2. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to U-turn. And switch in Miraidon, I think, is my best play. This should most likely just KO Whimsicott, then we're in a pretty good spot. We'll get Fake Out again. There's Electric Drift, this is why I switched into Miraidon, because they're probably going to target down Calyrex being our main damage. Miraidon will take that very well. They will Moonblast, that's fine. We'll take it. Now we just U-turn out, we'll take down Whimsicott, and we can reposition as well. They're most likely Specs or Scarf, I would assume. I think Specs more likely. So again, Fake. You could just stay in with Miraidon here as well. I think that's just a better option. I do kind of want to let Miraidon live, so I do have just a free KO on it. So I'm going to Volt Switch Zacian and just protect Calyrex. So next turn, their speed control will be gone, and we're in a good spot. If Miraidon goes down, it's not the worst, because we'll just get Fake Out, Ash Barrage. At this position, I think we should have game here, unless it's not missing. But either way, we'll bring it into the next turn if Miraidon goes down, which I assume they would target it, and if not, then we just attack with both. Anyway, so in this position, I think, and then we'll just get Ensign. This is like the main concern if they're like Terra Ground. They are going to be the Terra Ground. Not great, but it's fine. We'll just protect, get rid of their last turn of Tailwind. I did forget, I could have just protected Miraidon, because we do have Protect. But I think here I was a lot more fine with Miraidon just going down and like getting a free switch into Ensign. They do seem to be Specs. I probably should have just protected Miraidon. I forgot I could do that. That's just so unusual. But here in this position, we'll intimidate down the Zacian, so it's back to neutral. Still going to be doing crazy damage, but here a Ash Barrage Fake Out is pretty much free. Also now their Terra Ground knockoff will now is not resisted either, which is nice. They do not protect. Okay, protecting was probably something we could have done. They probably should have protected there, because now that just wins the game. Yeah, so yeah, that's gonna be GG's. We just have our Ash Barrage, and that's gonna be the game. So if they did have, say, if they did protect there, it may have been a bit more dicey, but overall they're pretty good. We didn't get to show Iron Moth off too much because unfortunately it just dies to a Sturgeon Strikes. That's good information to know now, because that's a very common interaction probably, so that's just kind of an experience with the team. Overall, the team felt really good. I was able to position around with Calyrex and Miraidon. Ensign felt good. The main reason is U-turn, so you don't get taunted by like Urshifu's and you're kind of stuck. But overall, really nice. Let's end the game number 2. Okay, Hard Trick Room. That is what I'm seeing here. So I want Iron Hands here, definitely. I could lead Iron. This is a hard one for Iron Moth, I won't lie. I think unfortunately I may have to leave Iron Moth behind. I think this is not the matchup for it. And I don't know. It seems good, but I don't think it is in this situation. I think I need Ensign instead. So I'm gonna bring these 4. I think it's the play. I could bring Ensign. How fast is Ensign? 80. And I'm assuming this is 49. 75. Okay, so that's pretty fast. We're just gonna go with this. I think Iron Hand does too much damage to their team to not bring. Unfortunately, I just don't think this is a matchup where Iron Moth is gonna get any value, because rain is not gonna be good for this at all. So I think here we kind of just have to deal with it a bit. So Porygon 2 Grimmsnarl, very safe lead. They definitely want to get Trick Room up here. I could just double the Porygon, but I think Fake Out's just safe. Special attack, boost, fine. So here, I think it is Fake Out, Electro Drift into this Porygon slot. See what this, I'm assuming it's just gonna be a screen from Grimmsnarl. It could be Fake Out. I'm not surprised to see a Terra. I'm just hoping not to see Ghost. Ground, that is fine. Because there is no way this, well, actually no, it's not fine. As long as it was not Covert Cloak. It shouldn't be, but still, that's not great. It's gonna be Light Screen, that's fine, I guess. Not being able to hit with Electro is really annoying. I think I just need to attack it. I'm just gonna Drain Punch Draco, I guess, here. Because if I can prevent Trick Room from going up, that's a win. For as long as possible. There's the Reflect. Not surprised. See, Draco, it hits. How much? That did nothing. Jeez. We are faster. That did nothing as well. It's not great. And up goes Trick Room. Okay. I won't lie, it's not great. Here, I'm just gonna Drain Punch and switch in. I guess Ensign would be the correct play, but here actually, I'm just gonna switch in. I'm just gonna Volt Switch out to see if they switch. Yeah, this is why. That's a Kyogre. This is great. Okay, Ensign. They left a restricted behind. Okay. That's interesting. It's also fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. If it's Kyogre, I wish I... Okay, that's not great. This Porygon is just going to be really annoying to deal with. I'm glad I kind of got greedy and went for the Volt Switch here. This Porygon's not going to die. But now I can bring in Ensign, and they actually can't Fake Out my Ensign because it is Covert Cloak. So I just pretty much have a free Fake Out this turn. And then from there I can play around it. I wish this Porygon didn't get that special attack boost earlier against Miraidon, because now it's a lot more threatening. Only 3 more turns of Trick Room. I'm going to Drain Punch Ensign and just Fake Out the Porygon. I could... there's the worry it could Will-O-Wisp, but I think that's fine. I think I'll just drag her for this. We are slower, that's good to see. Huge Will-O-Wisp miss. Also good to see that they are slower than us. They will live. I'm fine with that. They are Berry though. I want to taunt Ensign actually this turn. So I'm gonna switch in Calyrex. And taunt the Ensign, and then next turn I taunt Porygon 2. Or they just switch out Ensign. That's fine. We'll taunt the Calyrex, so no more. They can't set up Trick Room. Okay. Get to bring Calyrex here. I do have to worry about the potential of like a double with Terra Blast and high horsepower into Ensign. There it is. This probably is going to do a lot. There is one thing I'm noticing. This team has a glaring ground weakness that concerns me a little bit. Because I just don't really have any switch-ins. One more turn of Trick Room. I think here I just have to protect. Taunt, I guess. And hope they just let Instant live. It's probably not going to happen, but I don't really see any other way. Yeah. I just don't see any way around that. They can't reverse Trick Room on that turn, thankfully, with double Trick Room. But this Calyrex is becoming quite threatening. And just recover. Okay. This is a really hard core to break through. I could just fake out. I think that's what I have to go for here. I guess I Terra Water. I'm gonna... Actually, what I can do here... I can disable Calyrex's high horsepower. I think here I'm just gonna... Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna Astral Barrage, Terra Water... Fake out the Porygon. Okay, they're just gonna withdraw. That's fine. I'm glad I did not disable. That's quite annoying. This ain't gonna do much to this Porygon. This Porygon is giving me some trouble. Again, I just feel this because Miraidon's weak to ground, Iron Hand's weak to ground, Instant's weak to ground, and Iron Moth. That's 4 ground weaknesses, which feels like a lot. Because both times it's been the ground Pokemon that are giving me more issues. So I got an Astral Barrage, I guess Drain Punch Instant. I could disable Recovery on Porygon. So the damage sticks and then just Drain Punch Instant. I think that's what I have to go for. I just really need this damage to stick. That need to kill. Snarl. That's fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. Because as long as Iron Hands is not burned, I think I'm fine. Thing is, now they can burn me. I don't love this. Their light screen is gone. Which is nice. So here, I'm just going to Astral Barrage and switch into Miraidon. Because I don't want to get burned, I kind of want to get rid of this Intimidate. They missed a ton of Will-O-Wisp. It wouldn't matter there, but still. Charge Beam is devious. This Porygon's insane. So it's Charge Beam, Terra Blast. This thing's a monster. Okay. How do I get out of this? I just need to survive these Trick Room turns. And honestly, Calyrex is pretty well positioned here. I'm just going to double protect here. 9% of disabled recoveries they have. 2 more. Perfect. Just protect here. Okay. That's going to happen this turn. We'll see what they want to target. Glacial Lance makes sense. Does Calyrex live a Glacial Lance? That's a question. We'll see if they doubled Calyrex. I assume they just doubled the slot. No? Okay, doubled the Miraidon slot. I think I have to preserve Calyrex more than Miraidon, so I'm gonna do this. Miraidon's not gonna live, but I don't think that's what I have to worry about at this point. The thing is, Calyrex can also put up Trick Room at this point, which isn't great. Miraidon's gonna go down, okay. This is also +2. Porygon 2. This feels horrible. We're gonna probably take quite a bit from this. Jeez, that's insane. And recovery is no longer disabled. I think I have to fake out Ash Barrage and hope they recover. I think that's what I have to do. Probably should have sacked Miraidon a turn earlier. Actually, no, Iron Hand's gonna protect this. My only way to get really out of Trick Room. Yeah. So we'll fake out the Calyrex. They don't protect it. It may be imprison. Yep, okay. I got it right. Thank goodness. And now I just gotta hope we do a ton to this Porygon without, because it doesn't have screens. So I feel like it's gotta be kind of offensively minded Porygon. It lives. That's horrible. Okay. Twist Dimensions are gone. It's possible now. Drain Punch, Astral Barrage. I just have to go for that. And I've just gotta hope to KO it. I think we should be faster. They're gonna withdraw Calyrex, that's fine. It's Grimmsnarl 9. That's perfect. Because now they're not actively reducing my damage right now. This Drain Punch just has to KO. We outspeed. Nice, huge. We're bringing this one back. Because now Calyrex is really their only damage at this point, and I just kind of kill it at this point. That's huge. I think they probably should have just attacked last turn with your charge being more Terra Blast and just picked up a KO on. If they pick up a KO on one of my Pokemon, they'd probably win there. But now, unless this Grimmsnarl has Sucker Punch, I'm good. Which I don't think it does. Okay, they forfeit. Okay, probably didn't have Sucker Punch. Wow, that was a roller coaster of a game. I am shocked I brought that one back. That Porygon was an issue, and definitely the flaw of 4 ground weaknesses is kind of showing. Especially when +2 Terra Blast and ground Porygon is on the R team. But we rail escape, and now we had to gain our 3, see if we can go 3-0. Okay, here we go, game 3, and very standard Cali Ice Miraidon I see here. This is one actually where I could see Iron Moth actually doing some good damage. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna lead Moth, Calyrex. I think that covers really well. The only thing I currently hit is Incin. So to cover that, I'm gonna bring Miraidon, and I think I have to bring Iron Hands here. So I think these are 4 I'm gonna bring here. I could bring Bundle to really threaten the Landorus, but I think I just have other ways to deal with it. Okay, we're gonna see Instant Grimmsnarl. Honestly, not a good lead for us at all. Thankfully, Iron Moth is just gonna be able to threaten a lot of damage, and there's no immediate threat of Trick Room either. Teammate's not going to get much for them. Here, I am pretty safe. I'm just going to... I could Dazzling Gleam or Heat Wave. In fact, Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam is not bad here. But I'm going to do instead is just Protect. I guess switching Miraidon isn't bad. Do I want to reveal any Dazzling Gleam yet? I don't really want to. So I'm going to Protect and switch in Miraidon, I think is the play. Because I don't think they're really worried about Calyrex in this position, considering they have 2 Dark types on the field. So I feel like they were much more likely to try and fake out the Iron Moth. So we'll just Protect. Play a bit safer this time. I don't want to lose Iron Moth right away like game 1. And we call the fake out correctly. See, I'm assuming Screen, most likely. Yeah, so a bit hard to deal with. A bit more annoying to deal with now. But I don't know if I want to reveal Dazzling Gleam yet. You know what, we're going to do it. You know, I don't really want them to get Reflect up, so I'm just gonna Dazzling Gleam, Volt Switch here, and try and get into Iron Hands to deal with the Instant next turn. I would have loved to say this for like Landorus game, like 50-50s, but I don't think they have it, considering these are probably their 2 non-restricted mons. Okay, Life Orb, special attack boost from Quark Drive. Will it KO the Grimmsnarl through Light Screen as well? Is Terra'd, it is spread though. We'll see how much this does. Dazzling Gleam, it comes out. Will it KO? Yes, huge. And now not only do we have Fake Out, but we have a pretty strong attacker in position as well. And we get the knockup as well. We do lose our Life Orb, but we do take a lot less damage due to Terra Fairy. So honestly, pretty good. I will take that. And now I Fake Out. I pretty much have control this next turn due to Fake Out, and I can kind of do whatever I want. In fact, with Miraidon, I can just Fake Out Miraidon and Dazzling Gleam. So I'm just going to go for that. And now they don't have Reflect up either. They're also going to Terra. We'll see exactly what. I'm assuming it's the Miraidon. Probably, I think it's Electric. Okay, nope, just Fairy, so this may be the Specs variant of the team. That also makes sense. I think this one was NAIC winning. Yeah, that's definitely Specs. But we do also learn they are faster than Moth. I don't like seeing that too much. They didn't take much there. Flare Blitz, that's annoying. So they're just going to pick up the KO. They do take a lot of recoil, though. And I should be good here for an Ash Barrage, and if it wasn't Light Screen, we'd be in a really good position. If it wasn't for Light Screen. But I think I have to go into Calyrex here and just rip an Ash Barrage. And hope it KOs. With Light Screen, it's definitely not, actually. How many more turns of Light Screen? It's going to be 2 plus 3 more 5, so no really way to get out of it. What I could actually do here, if I live, I could disable their Specs move. So I'm going to try this. Actually, wait, what am I doing? I'm faster. I don't know what my play was there. That was really bad. We live as well. Okay, that was really bad. That was a really bad turn. Okay, whoops. I should have Ash Barrage. My brain kind of decided it didn't want to work for a little bit there, so yeah, that's great. Whoops. If I Ash Barrage, this is a very different position. I should have. Now I have a pretty... I don't think they live. a Electro Drift here. That's okay. Yes, that is Calyrex. So now I have to hope I'm faster. KO with Electro Drift, and then I just low kick the Calyrex and hope I live with one of my mons. Or at least that Trick Room. We are faster. Okay, that's huge. Do we KO now? No. If I had Ash the Barrage, we would have. I am very upset with myself. I kind of threw that one. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll start with my thoughts on the team. First, too many ground weaknesses. I did play against a lot of screens and then rain. So, well, didn't see the rain, but overall, pretty hard matchups for the Iron Moth, I'd say. In reality, Iron Moth wants to play into the more fragiler hyper offense teams. Also, I would like to say, though there is Icy Wind, I think Tailwind would greatly help this team. I think it was kind of hard to bring Iron Bundle, I felt. Again, I think it's because there was a lot of Trick Room threat as well. But overall, I definitely think ground weaknesses was also a big issue for this team. Having 4 is a lot, and the Porygon almost exploited a lot, and like a Landorus could really punish this team. So and even like high horsepower as well. Ursaluna is another one. But overall, I think there was a lot of kind of these restricted mons that kind of I feel like this team is definitely interesting. I think Iron Moth has potential. I almost kind of wish it was Speed Booster if it's playing Icy Wind. For all the teams, really fun. If you want to try that team, remember, code in the description. But thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.